Aha, me hotties! A very good evening to you. It is just me, Scottie McClue. 9 o'clock on Saturday night. Nothing gets past me, you know. And I thought what we'll do is we'll go for 1 hour of superb, scintillating information, education, and entertainment for not just one nation, but for the whole world. And of course, lovely, lovely to be with you all. And a big dinky do I say to every single one of you. Now then, hopefully we've got some better camera angles tonight because somebody's saying a wee bit close to the camera, Scotty, and we don't always see your lovely face. Oh, I thought that was very nice. Hi, Scotty, Dinky-Doo, Dinky-Doo, says Dexter, Dinky-Doo, says the Haggis Hunter. We love that. Tell 10 to tell 10, tell 10 that we are, of course, live on the big one. Hello, Scotty, how are you doing? Logan, we're absolutely amazing and lovely to have you with us. Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Get the word out there that we are actually live. I think that's very important. So there you have it. I say to you. Now then, who have I got here? Dexter's just joined us. Fantastic stuff. We love that. And you're very, very welcome. I say to you. You're watching Scottie McClue, Professor Numpty Heed. Scotty, it's 9 p.m. sharp, and I'm here. I should think so, Numpty Heed. I'm here as well. So that's the two of us. Good evening from Derbyshire, Scottie McClue on the radio. Roy Michael, Dinky-Doo. Lovely to have you with us from Derbyshire. Now, guys, I've put a lot of things up. Did you know Bruce Lee had a vegan brother called Broco? Oh, yes, Broccoli. Where can I get the button on your hat? Well, once we've got 1 million followers, so you can start following Scottie McClue. The second we get 1 million followers, I shall be looking into merch for all of you. Merch. Yes, absolutely. Hello, Scotty. How are you? Hello, all. Susan and Numpty, etc., says the wonderful Karim, who is live with us tonight at Studio. Hello, Scotty. How are you? Fantastic. We're very, very good. Hi, Scotty. It's David. Dinky-Doo. David's with us tonight. Scotty, did you see the Fortnite live event? No, I didn't. I said you. You had a nice day, Moosh. Dan, I have had an outstanding day talking to some very, very beautiful people. Incredible. Really are. Just amazing. And we popped up this morning just to tell people there were a lot of new videos for you. So I hope you're enjoying them. And we've got some of the old radio stuff as well. Hello, Scotty. What team do you support? I always support the best team who support me. Morning, Lord Duke of Dundee, Onion Badgie there. There you are. Do you like flapjack? Well, I don't really have sweet things now because I had to get a wee bit of weight down, you see. Hi, Scotty. I mind you from Scott FM. Lol. Shug. Lovely to have you with us. We've got 1 or 2 bits from Scott FM up in the videos. What's in store for 2024? Well, I'm thinking, Sheila, about doing a Scottie McClue Hogmanay bash. Would you like that? Did you catch any Pokemon today? Well, how many Pikachus can you get on the bus if you Pokemon? See what I just did. Hello, Scotty, says the wonderful Murray O'Donnell. Murray, I'm lovely to have you with us. Hi, Susan David Kareem, says Numpty Heat. And excellent. Have you got the snow tonight, Murray? You're live at Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Dinky-Doo, Scotty. It's Kareem. How are we?
Kareem, how are we, sir? Are we Dinky-Doo?
We are Dinky-Doo, Scotty. Not bad. How about you?
Brilliant. No, I'm remarkable. I really am. We've had a wonderful, wonderful day. And the YouTube channel's growing.
Yes.
At last.
I've seen you put a lot of videos up today.
We've put a lot of stuff up today, and we can just let it sit there and people can come and look on demand. I like that one, Kareem. Do you know what I mean? It's not, live is not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
You know?
People like to watch it later when, they're home, they're relaxing, and they're just having their me time.
Chilling out. What are you thinking about what's happening?
Well, it was just out the bath there. I knew you were coming on, and before you came on, Scott, I was watching some of the TikTok videos, and I was absolutely mortified. I'm glad that South Korea have adopted this rule. However, it's getting some protest. they are now making it illegal to eat dog in South Korea, not North Korea, South Korea.
Yeah, we don't really know what goes on in North Korea, you know.
So I didn't. However, there was about 200 of these dog farmers came to protest, and it absolutely broke my heart, Scottie, because they brought along dogs that were in cages that were about to be killed and consumed. And you should have seen their faces. They were terrified. They were scared. They didn't know what was going on. And this makes me think about the human race. Yes. If we've to move forward and progress in the future, should it be the human race start afresh, like wiped out for something else to evolve? Or
well, I don't know. I mean, the elites would like to wipe us all out so they can control the world. But what they don't realize, what they haven't thought through, is that there would be nothing left and nobody would be interested in anything they did, and they would have to run the show themselves. And I'll tell you what I've been noticing. There's a lot of videos of huge palaces and castles and all that stuff that have just been abandoned because there isn't the money to run them, and the way of life is no longer acceptable.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the greed is catching up with them because they could only get away with it for so much, and there'll be certain individuals, as you know, that will always profit over.
Yeah, but you see, Kareem, they're not actually profiting. This is the thing. Being rich doesn't mean having money. That's just having money. The only true wealth is actually life itself and freedom in life to do mainly what you would like to do, mainly when you would like to do it, if it's acceptable and within the law. So that's kind of what we've got, you know what I mean? And to go on trying to collect, well, we did have, but there's obviously murmurs of trying to rob us of freedom and get some kind of population control. You see? Because they're worrying that the big players in the world are maybe haven't got the control they had, like the churches and the religions and all that sort of stuff. And I mean, people don't actually need that level of control at all, but it's quite good to sell that idea to people all the time. And they've been doing, I mean, this is nothing new. They've been doing this for hundreds of years, you know? But the problem is, if you've got, say you had $1 million, Kareem, right? And we decided that the dollar was actually only worth 0.01 of a penny, you wouldn't really have very much money. And if they try to clobber the population, yeah, because how can I best give you an example? Right. I remember touring Ireland with my girlfriend. And I said to her, what must it have been like having, say, 15 mouths to feed in a big rural family? And she immediately said, well, that's 15 people to do the work and bring in the pennies. Yeah. And I thought, amazing. You know, you've got, a whole load of land. And I can remember, if you go back in my family, they ran a shop and post office. And the post office in those days, we're talking away, back 140 years. They liked to give big families the jobs because they had plenty of people for delivering letters and working at the counters. Yeah. You see, so what the elites haven't thought through is they'll just be left with their own phones and a load of AI.
Well, I suppose one thing that's happened for hundreds of years, Scottie, does control the masses is fear. If you can strike fear into people, and you can provide that safety and hope, whether it's a lie or whatever, people will flock to that. And there's plenty of examples of that,
Oh, of course, but can you imagine if 7 or 8 billion people said, well, rather than lose our lives, would rather be unafraid.
Yeah.
At the end of it,
look at the Tories as well. if you look at the Tories as well, where they've introduced where you cannot go on strike, public workers, certain public workers, you know, you're not allowed to do that now, or you can be, you know, you can be fired effectively.
Yeah, but all that'll change again, Kareem. That's just saber rattling against the people. That will all change again because they'll get flung out. And, you know, either you say, well, I'm sorry, but we don't any longer have elections. We're purely a dictatorship. Or you say, no, you can vote us out. You know, I mean, there's even rumors that the present mob, you know, might be out in a month or two.
Well, I don't think Labour are going to come in and make too much of a change. I predict when they do get in, I think I've said to you, Scotty, the only benefit I think Labour are going to do is improve England's NHS, because that was evident the last time they were in. But they're no any too much different from the Tories. And I really think this country has to wake up, because, you know, tough times are going to be ahead. We've had it bad with the Tories, and still people are clinging to Westminster. It's not going to be any different from this Labour law. As the old saying goes, it's what's that about the two cheeks of the same bottom.
Two cheeks of the same face, I like to say, so we're not too coarse, you know. But the thing is, although it's probably a less effective saying, but you know, how can I put this? The money doesn't really want to be redistributed to the people. That's the big panic, you know, that the money gets redistributed. If you look at America, it's very interesting. They didn't pay tax till about 1913, you know. They just didn't, whereas we were well ahead in tax. You know, I mean, the term daylight robbery comes from when they were taxing windows. You know, if you let too much light in, they taxed you. And that's why you see windows in old Georgian properties bricked up.
Yeah.
You know, because of the window tax that some wizard wheeze came up with from that point of view. So that will go on. Yeah. How much money can we get out of the people so that we could take it all and squander it and give it to our pals? You know, and that's been going on for years. You just need to look at the nursery rhymes going back. Little Jack Horner, I think, it's the 1400s. So unless we radically change that, now the nearest we came to a proper Labour government was probably when Jeremy Corbyn was in the scene. But the press absolutely, you know, metaphorically assassinated him so that that he just didn't get in, you know. So you would need a very powerful left-wing press, you see.
Well, that came from the establishment, you know, the powers that be. They did not want that to occur, because a lot of their policies were similar to what we have just now within Scotland through the SNP. Now, that, you know, I do feel sorry for England, because there's a lot of things that they pay so much more for, and they get less help than what we do up here. You know, and we've got these numpties up here banging on, wishing that we were more like England, you know, and it's too much I'm all right, Jack. And when the damage comes, if it ever, and I hope it doesn't happen, and I hope, you know, I said to you the other day on the phone, Scotty, we've got so many beyond thick people that live in this country. Yeah. And when the tough times really do hit, they'll expect a handout from the SNP while trying to vote them out as well.
Well, you've only got to watch when I put up, you know, quality facts, and on come the half-wits and go, stop your rubbish and all that, you know.
But I mean, the evidence is there, Scotty. You see with what the Tories have done all these years, but they accept it, they don't question it, or they have a wee moan and then they shut up. If there's anything from up here, then they lose their marbles. Yeah. And it's a sad, sad life that they've got that hate in their heart and no passion and belief in their own country.
Kareem, as always, lovely to hear you, and a big dinky-doo.
Dinky-doo, Scotty.
Dinky-doo, sir. There we are. Good call, Kareem. Always a good call. So there. Now, what have we got here? Hello, Scotty, says Murray. A nice wee covering, says Murray. He's got a covering of snow out in Stirlingshire. On this rare occasion, I've had a sobering thought Numpty Heed, it's not like you to have a sobering thought, but it's better than having a drinking thought. I love visiting Scotland, wonderful welcoming people, so friendly, says Roy Michael. Been very cold the last few days in Derbyshire. Well, Derbyshire is such a stunningly beautiful county. Do you by any chance know Bakewell, Roy Michael? And do you know Overhaddon? There we are. I remember having a lovely lunch in Overhaddon. So there you go. Now then, what else have we got here? Get your snowballs out, says David. There's Colby. Aye, and Colby's shouting, what have you been saying, Colby? Teofaheid. Hola. There we go. I say. Remember you on Radio 4th? Absolutely, of course. We did Radio 4th big style. I say, guys, I've got 693 likes. Is that not amazing? And we've got some red roses on the go if anybody's feeling flush. Jay says, please say hello to my fab wife, Lorna. She loves listening to you. Hello, Lorna and Dinky-Doo to you and Jay. Colby says, up the provos, which is the provisional drivers, people that haven't passed their test yet and are on the red L's, hoping to get their test and go on to the green L's, so the provisionals. I thank God every day that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election. Well, I don't think God will be on your side because Donald Trump will probably save the world. So you can say, I'm so sorry, God, I got that wrong. Time for change, Scotty. Sandy the Jambo. I've always said you should become Sandy the High Bee. That kind of change. Free Palestine, says Caleb. Yes, and free Israel too, Caleb. We're not coming down on the side of one or the other until they stop the fighting. That's what I say. It's been very cold. Yes, absolutely. I know what you mean. If you've just joined us, a very, very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie McClue, and we are live on the big one. Now then, who's this? You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
It's me, David. How you doing?
David La, how are you getting on? Good to hear you.
I'm good, my man.
Good show tonight, I tell you.
Yeah, so right, interesting. Kareem's brilliant. I'll just say this
very good.
But well, let's discuss the elites, right?
Yes.
So he made a good point because I'm really, like, you know, I'm going to be passionate. You're going to probably say to David, calm down.
David, calm down. Well, no names, I say to you.
No, I'm not going to, son. But so you stated not long ago to the Kareem that the elites have tried to get rid of us.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's not any great secret. You know, they'd like the world to themselves.
Right, so I take it that us. Where are they going to go to?
Well, that's what they haven't actually thought through. They're just going to be left with their phones and a load of AI and nobody to do anything. Do you see what I mean? You see, if you here, David, I can give you a lovely example. Well, it's not a lovely example. It's actually it's a horrible example, but I'm going to explain by illustration.
You go.
No, you will. Well, no. Well, I'll just tell you. If you have a look around the UK, you will see what used to be towns, what used to be villages, yeah?
Yes.
What used to be, well, let me just tell you this. What used to be pubs, what used to be big mansion houses, what used to be land that was worked by servants and staff. Now, they had a couple of world wars that killed 100 million people, right? 100 million people did. Okay, so 100 million people gone, and all their big estates and all the wealth then came to nothing, and these huge houses with things like 400 rooms are open to the bats and the voles. Now, that's what was when the elites had money. They had all the people that could work for them. They've gone. So the same thing would happen if you clobbered the people. They'll be left with nothing, and their houses and their cars, it'll all come to nothing.
Well, that's a great point. But
you see?
So these the elites are, it's everywhere. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm quite clever.
You're very, very
right.
clever. What do you mean quite clever?
I can't, the elites, I learned this years ago. Anyway, it's really confusing, but they are rich people.
Yes. Well, no, they've got a lot of money. They're not rich.
Right.
They've got a lot of money.
Right. They've got a lot of money.
Richest people like you.
Including, I'm just not talking about, I'm talking like pop stars involved in this as well.
Yeah.
Of course, Scotty. And things that's been happening. I think it's like, as I said to you, and again, World War's going to come soon. I'm not trying to scare people. It's actually happening before my eyes.
Yes, they're trying to stir it up. They're wanting one because that's the way to keep the money going.
It's awful.
And it's a great way to clobber the people.
That's right, Scotty. And, I mean, honest, like Russia. Oh, come on.
Well, just the whole thing. We'll not single out any nation. Just the whole thing. It's all a bit of a bonnet pot now.
Oh, yes.
I come back to Isaiah because all the answers are in the Bible. All the answers. Yeah, and I come back to the Isaiah. Turn your swords into plowshares and your spears to pruning hooks.
Yeah, the Bible. I love the Bible. Right, okay.
And you'll feed the world.
And the Bible is correct. What they're saying.
Yes.
And I'm like that. We are in dire straits. We are really in dire straits.
Yes. And we'll be. What the point I'm making is we'll be in more dire straits if we've all gone, and after we've all gone, so that's us out of our dire straits, then that mob will be left with just their phones and nobody to ring.
Ring people. Why did they arrive? That sounds strange, doesn't it?
Just because it's a club. And most folk are no in it.
A huge evil club.
Yes, no, it's definitely evil. But remember that good will always triumph over evil. And what these people forget is that they have a finite life.
Yep. And do you know what? I'll say something. To hell with them.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, but that's what will happen. Do you see what I mean? I can tell you that right now.
Aye, to hell with them, rake them for their bodies. I'm not joking.
So there you go. Anyway, that's that.
I know. I mean, we just know what's going down and stuff, But anyway, how do you?
No, let's cheer ourselves up, though. I mean, there's lots of lovely things happening.
Yeah, it's been snowing.
Snowing, lovely. Yes. Did I tell you about the two snowmen in the field?
No, tell me.
And one says to the other, "Can you smell carrots?"
Right. I was going to say, one snowman said to another snowman, "Oh, I'm going to melt or something."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got him a packet of melts.
I was up to 5 o'clock this morning and the snow was coming down and my front window it was beautiful. Then my neighbours were building snowmen in the backyards, the back,
Well, I took a look at the window at 5 o'clock, so maybe you and I are septic. And I took a look at the window at 5 in the morning and I thought, oh, for goodness sake, it was just totally white out,
Well, it started about 12 o'clock last night and carried on for
did you see that? Did you look out last night?
It was dead. I was like, this is going to get heavy. Then I phoned Johnny's new house because Johnny's got a new house. I mean, Johnny's snowing.
Snowing, absolutely. We love it. DINKY-DOO. Top man. Quality chat as always, Davey. But you can worry as much as you like, but it'll not make any difference. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We can't worry because we're all gone. And I don't know, we're going somewhere soon.
Going somewhere soon, absolutely. But all I can say is, I mean, even one of the guys that was very early on the green scene, is saying that if you get rid of your fossil fuels, you've got rid of the world. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, Scotty, see, right, you need to support me here. This fossil fuel carry on.
Yes.
Where are they playing it?
Well, they're hoping to make a lot of money.
I hear that, of course.
But then eventually they're going to realise that you can't eat money.
Aye. Okay, that Rishi went to that COP29 this week.
Yes.
Was it Dubai? Yeah.
Yes.
And he's talking utter nonsense.
No, we're not going to slagging folk off. Dinky-Doo.
No, but aye, Dinky-Doo, son.
Dinky-Doo, son, I'll speak to you later. Quality
Love
chat.
you, son.
Love you.
Bye.
Ta-ra-la-la.
Dinky-Doo.
Oh, we love it. Absolutely. All the chit-chat. Then, on this rare occasion, Numpty here has had a sobering thought. Right. Who's this? You're live on Scotty's phone in. Oh, panic. There we are. They've panicked. They got through and panicked. Love visiting Scotland. Yes. Oh, here's somebody else. Never a dull moment. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scotland. It's Martin Lala.
Martin Lala. Yes. What can I do for you? How are we?
Very, very well. Thank you, yourself.
Oh, yes. Excellent, Martin. First class day today.
We had a lot. We have got about 5 inches of snow, Scotty.
Oh, wow. Impressive, I tell you.
Yes.
Richard Tan is giving me red roses. Is he not just a beautiful person?
Yes.
Yes. 30. He's just sent 30 red roses. And he's sending more, I can see. My goodness me. What do you do with that, Martin? Now, so you've got 5 inches of snow.
Yes, I speak.
Or sent me a flame heart. Isn't that beautiful? These people are beautiful.
I got a new vinyl today. I got an ABBA Gold. I got that vinyl in this morning.
How amazing are ABBA? You can't beat them for quality. And I was talking to somebody recently who's just a young person, and they love ABBA. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
Now, ABBA, what you could tell me, Martin, because you're a big music man. How long have ABBA been around now?
Quite a long time, Emma. Maybe 100 years, roughly. 20 years, longer.
I think it'll be more than that, Martin. Yes.
50, 60 years or something.
Well, yes. It'll be getting on. I would have thought. Well, you never know. Yes, maybe. Guys, who can tell me how long ABBA have been about? DINKY-DOO is sending me red roses. Is that not beautiful? So what we need, Martin, somebody will give us a date for how long ABBA have been about. This is the beauty of this program, Martin. Ian Max says 50 years. Good evening, Scotty, from the rigs in the North Sea. Is that not? Scottish Kev is out in the North Sea. Bless him. And love to all the North Sea guys. We thank you for all your kindness and your risk. Nikki's going absolutely bananas with red roses. Do you know I've got 136 red roses? JD says mid-1970s. And Ian Mack says 50 years. So the 1970s, mid-90s, 1976, Lisa's telling me. And Lisa's 1974.
There's a lot of bands out there and not around as much anymore, like you don't hear from Blues much anymore, and you don't hear from The Loud or all these other bands as well.
Well, no, but they'll all come round again. I mean, we still hear from the Rolling Stones. Obviously, the Beatles aren't so numerous as they were.
What about the Bee Gees, Jerry Rafferty, Dire Straits?
Loved all that, yes. Mark Knopfler, superb stuff. I mean, listen, Martin, all that stuff is very, very popular. Scottish Kev says we saw the Northern Lights last night. best seat in the house. He's out in a rig in the North Sea looking at the Northern Lights. Is that not wonderful?
Yeah, and I'm a big Elvis fan as well.
Elvis, beautiful stuff. I mean, Elvis, you're going back right to the start of the 50s. Did Elvis not start in the late 1940s?
Yeah, possibility, aye.
Was Elvis not around in 1948, 49?
My own favourite song from Elvis is If I Can Dream. I like that one.
Oh, yes. Heartbreaker tells a wee bit serious.
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely.
Plus as well, the Beatles as well. The Beatles, Love Me Do and all that.
Love Me Do. The Beatles, fantastic song there, you know, wonderful stuff. And then what about John Yoko?
Yes. Elton John.
Elton John, wonderful. Yes, he's been around a while too. Elton John, wonderful stuff. What about Cat Stevens?
Yes, Cat Stevens. Oh, Shaking
Stevens. Yes, absolutely wonderful stuff. Do you know that Nikki sent me Elves as well and a Flame Heart? What about that? Interesting. And wait till I tell you this. Here's something. I'm just looking at all the stuff. There's somebody asking about the story about the Duke of Hamilton and the coffin in the mausoleum in Hamilton. Now, as far as I know, Roger, there are no coffins left in the mausoleum in Hamilton. They took them up to the Bent Cemetery, to the Hamilton Mausoleum up there, as far as I know.
There's a band called let's go back to. I'm trying to figure out what I was going. The band. Oh, Belinda Pyle was that. There's Cher, the Steps.
Cher, Cher's still amazing. Yeah, all that. And the Pogues will come back in now.
Somebody passed away in the Pogues.
Yes, just the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found that
the man himself.
And I like El Divo as well. I like El Divo. El Divo's another opera singer. I like that.
Fantastic. Martin, you just should play your stuff.
I am, but I should be returning back hopefully maybe next month or so, because I'm still in the middle of setting up. But as soon as I set up, I'll be a lot happy to answer.
See, and DJs, the reason a lot of DJs made a big name for themselves in radio, like when I started, I was a talk jock, so I was slightly different, but I worked closely with all the DJs, and they were there for their specialist knowledge of music. Nowadays, the station programs everything, and the programmers tell the jocks what to play. TP2512 has sent me. Zema is sending me red roses. Is that not beautiful, Martin? I'm getting spoiled here.
I know.
Spoiled. Now, listen, it's so lovely to hear you, and we will catch up soon.
Yes, Scotty, my friend. Love you a lot.
Love you and Dinky-Doo. See you, Emma. See you, lovey. There we go. That's Martin and Emma. Great call. Always a good call. Now, what have we got here? So, as far as I know, just the Hamilton Mausoleum story. As far as I know, there aren't any longer any remains in the mausoleum. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Dinky-Doo, who's that?
Dinky-Doo, all that. Tom here.
Tom from Belfast. How are you?
I'm all good, and yourself?
Excellent. Ian Max telling me that one of the ABBA lot was born in December 1934.
One of who, sorry?
One of the ABBA people born in 1934. Surely not. That would make them 89.
I don't think that they wouldn't be that old, would they?
I would have thought so. Maybe he might be getting mixed up. We'll have to look them up.
Oh yeah, well, I'm sure you're a lot younger than all the ABBA members anyway, Scotty.
Oh, I'm just a very young lad indeed, Tom, you see.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't born, you see. I was knitted by my grandmother. And we think she dropped a couple of stitches. Now, how are you tonight, Tom?
I'm all good, Scotty. Just sitting here just taking it easy, you know. What about yourself?
Quite right. Well, I'm just doing the same. I'm just sitting here talking to the world and taking it easy.
And what was the scran like?
Scran beautiful tonight, by the way. Quality stuff. Eggs.
What, Scotty?
Eggs tonight, the scran.
Eggs, oh,
yeah,
great.
Eggs, lovely. So there you are. Eggs in a bowl with butter.
Oh,
what about that now? Yeah, very interesting. And the butter melts through the eggs, you see.
What I had myself? I had a wee. I'll be honest with you, Scotty. I had a wee pizza.
Right. Well, listen, a wee bit of fun now and again, Tom. Do you know what I mean?
Yep, exactly. Here, Scotty. This is the front page of the Belfast Live today.
Right. Richard and Tom are showering me with red roses. Is that not beautiful?
Lovely.
Now then, what are they saying?
Racist graffiti has been written on a wall at a well-known West Belfast shopping centre.
You're right.
And this racist graffiti says, "Irish lives matter."
Well, of course, all lives matter. Do you know that Murray O'Donnell has just sent me £20?
That's awful good.
Murray is just such a lovely, lovely guy. Yeah, Murray, for goodness sake, be careful. He's a great sponsor of McClue.
Oh, yeah, great support to the McClue.
Well, it all helps, you know. It all goes to get us wee ads and things like that, Tom.
Upgrading the and that sort of stuff.
Yes. Well, we're after the camera. I looked at the camera this morning and it was a bit out of focus, a bit fuzzy. So hopefully you've got a better shot tonight.
Is it just like a wee stick-up camera? It just sticks up from
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't seem to be too bad at the minute.
It's not too bad. Are you watching on the YouTube?
I am.
And are you on the TikTok as well, Tom?
Normally I just use the YouTube, but I have TikTok as well, yep.
Right. And have you watched McClue on TikTok?
I haven't, no. I have very rarely would I watch it.
Right.
But normally I just use the YouTube.
Well, it's at Scottie McClue if you're ever stuck.
Oh, yeah, no, right, there's a TikTok now. Yeah, I've got it on the phone.
It's got it, and it looks all right, yeah?
Yeah, the TikTok seems to be a bit closer than YouTube.
Yes, right. Yes, absolutely. Well, the YouTube camera is slightly further back from the TikTok camera.
Yep. Well, still clear picture on both sides.
Good.
Along with the sound, it's good as well.
We like that.
Yeah, it's good that people are able to broadcast such simple day-to-day phones and computers.
Tom, it's magnificent that we are here doing this. I mean, I was brought up with television and I loved it so much. I went to work in it. I then went to work in radio and loved it so much because, you weren't watched all the time in the same way. And you could be very, very creative on the radio. Loved that. But I have to say that this is the best.
Exactly. Well, you know yourself, Scotty, it's hard to get into the radio. YouTube, you just get a couple of bits get a camera, a microphone, a computer, and that's you good to go.
That's you good to go, and all the rest of it. And it depends if you're able to build yourself an audience. You know what I mean? And we're starting to build now.
Yeah, surely. Like that TikTok of yours, you've got about 30,000 followers on there.
I think probably tonight we might hit the 30,000 mark.
Oh, yep, you're on 29.9 thousand there.
29.9. Guys, we need another, how many I wonder, 50? Give us 50 followers on TikTok right now, guys, till we see how we're going. See if we can crack it.
You're on the YouTube, you're sitting on 4.93 thousand subscribers.
4.93. Well, that needs to be 5,000. So we need another, maybe, I don't know, about 50, 60 subscribers to YouTube tonight. Yeah.
Hopefully you get that tonight.
Absolutely. Yes. If everybody shares and says, subscribe to Scottie McClue, because there's 4,500 videos. That's one video per subscriber.
Scotty, we need to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10.
Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. We need to get the message out there. The thing is, I'm not downhearted though, because there is so much media. See, Tom, when I was on the radio, there was no internet to speak of. And I've always liked to be ahead of my time. So in 1998, I said to a friend of mine, what's all this internet thing about? And he explained, he said, it's not fit for broadcasting yet. He said, but we can put a page up. And he put a page up, and I told the people in the northwest of England. And then when I came off the show, I said, was there any movement? He said, oh, that page took an absolute hammering tonight.
Yep.
You see, so everybody was, sorry?
What was the last bit? Sorry, I missed that. Cut out.
Oh, sorry. No, yeah, he said the page took an absolute hammering. So we realized that there was potential and set up the Scottie McClue website. Now, I don't do a huge amount with that now because social media then came in. So I do most of my stuff on TikTok and YouTube.
I think I've seen the website once, Scotty.
Yes, Scottie-McClue.com. It's a great website, beautifully put up. Top man did it for me, lovely guy. And but as I say, we don't really use it. We used to broadcast on it, you see.
How long's that been going for?
Oh, 20 years.
The website's going 20 years, isn't it?
Maybe getting on for 25 years.
There you are.
And there's been over, I think there's been over 100 million of it. A look at that.
I wouldn't doubt it if it's been up that long.
Yeah, absolutely. And we used to broadcast on it, you see. People say, no, he just does the show from his own website. People listen right across the world because it was the thing at the time. But now everybody is on vying for attention.
Yeah.
And that's what's fragmented the market.
Yeah, big time.
And that's why I said to a television boss one time, I said, what are you doing on the social media side? He said, no. We just concentrate on our core business. And I said to him, I said, well, I'm going to tip you the wink. One day you will wake up and your core business will not be there.
Yep.
I said, so get out there, you know.
Think about that TikTok, you know, it's good that you're able to listen to the likes of yourself on it. But at the same time, there is a lot of, you know, just absolute nonsense on it as well.
Oh, yes. But I mean, every social media platform, there's going to be effectively junk. You know what I mean?
So, the radio.
But what I notice is people very rarely now scroll past McClue. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the radio's just wallpaper. When did you last say, I must put the radio on and listen to my favorite person?
Oh, no.
You know, and I mean, that's what McClue was. It was an appointment to listen. So everybody had to go for that radio station at that time of day, 10 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock in the morning. They had to go on that station to get their favorite guy. And that was how McClue's audience. And we could tell who was listening. The beauty about social media, you can tell exactly who's listening down to the last one.
Yep.
You see?
Like I just say on the, how many have you got on YouTube at the minute? What I see, you've got, there's 13.
Yes, and what we've got is people come and go all the time. So what I usually notice is maybe 5,000 people per show on a Saturday night.
5,000 people?
Yes.
That's consistent or just...
Well, usually when I come off, there's usually about 5,000-6,000 have watched on TikTok.
There you are.
You see?
That's pretty good.
Well, somebody said to me, why do you do it? And I said, because I love being ahead of my time. Do you know what I mean? I love embracing the technology. And they said, how many people do you get? And at that time, I think I'd got 10,000 in 1 hour. And I said, I get 10,000. And he said, yeah, but how does that compare with the 250,000 hour you had? And I said, listen, if I was a minister or a priest in the church, I would be beside myself if 10,000 people turned up on a Sunday morning for an hour.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Imagine?
And somebody once said to me, did I want to be a minister of religion? And I said, I would only do it if you couldn't get within 2 miles of the church to park at 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
You know, because I've been at church services when that was the case. You thought, oh, come on, hurry up, for goodness sake, I will not get parked.
Even now, it's a nightmare trying to get parked, you know.
You know, that sort of stuff. And if you had a good preacher, you were absolutely quids in.
Yeah, sure. Like that fella, like I was telling you about in Belfast, preaches, you could listen to him for hours, you know.
Yes, and as you say, a lot of people used to accompany themselves on the guitar or the organ, and the minister would sing you a song.
Yeah, sure, and you enjoyed it, and you know.
Yeah, and Sunday school was another thing, Tom. Young people flocking to the church. Where I was brought up, there was maybe 30 churches, all within shouting distance. One of the squares in the town had 5 churches in the one square.
Geez, so yeah, you wouldn't get that nowadays.
No, and the bells were all ringing on a Sunday morning, and people rushing to church in kilts.
Yep.
Do you see what I mean? Because the churches had been full during the Second World War.
They'd been what?
They'd been full up during the Second World War, you see. And I remember talking to my father about it. Man, the churches were packed during the war. You know?
Yeah, the church was near empty now, you know, if you were river walking one around here, you know.
Well, this is what's happening, you know what I mean? Is Christianity as strong as it was? Although it is still the world's dominant religion.
Surely, yeah.
Interesting. I tell you, Tom.
Well, here, Scotty, that was good.
What? Hello?
Sorry, my phone cut out there. Can you hear me all right, Scott?
I can, Tom. Yes, you're lovely and clear, and you're a great speaker.
I thought I've been having a bit of trouble with this phone. I might need to ring and get it sorted out. Speaking to other people, this is a landline phone, you know.
Tell them absolutely and say, we need this sorted out. We need to phone Scottie McClue.
Surely, yeah, because I use the mobiles just for watching, you know. So I have to use the landline to give you a phone, you know.
Tom, that's fabulous. Have you noticed any charge on it yet?
No, well, I pay, I think it's £13 a month or something, and it's just unlimited calls.
And it's all in. That's wonderful. Good. No, I just wanted to check. Tom, lovely to hear you, and I'll let you get on, and we'll catch up soon.
DINKY-DOO, lad.
DINKY-DOO, la. Fabulous man. There we are. That's our Tom. Always a good call. Murray O'Donnell says, for your Christmas party. Is he just not a beautiful guy? Murray O'Donnell, what you like? The only trouble is I worry. So there you are. DINKY-DOO, one and all. Says Numpty Heed. I worry, Murray. I don't want you going short. He's so kind. For your Christmas party. What a lovely, lovely guy. Billy Conley worked in the shipyards and was also a welder. Tad the lad, he was indeed. That's where he saw so many characters. JD is asking, do you reckon the king will hand back the marbles? I don't think Rishi's too popular in Greece at the moment. There we are, DINKY-DOO. Should he hand back the marbles? You know, I mean, we took them when we were raiding Greece. Thank you to Thomas. Thomas, that's so good of you. That's Thomas Pedden. And Tom's been about for a long time and come and joined us. You've been so kind, Tom. Hello, Scotty, from a snowy Cumbernauld. What's it called? Cumbernauld. We love it, I say to you. Sorry, there's a bad reception there, Scotty. No, Tom, you were great. We could hear every word. You just maybe couldn't hear us. Tad the lad, R.I.P. Shane McGowan. Absolutely, Shane McGowan. What a remarkable character. Bless him, I say. And we love Fairy Tale in New York, the Pogues. I say to you, Zema is giving me red roses. Guys, 427 red roses out of 739. That's what was left after this morning, I say to you. Can I please have a happy birthday for my fiancé? He has just turned 32. Thanks, you can, Emma. There we are. And Nikki McHugh, thank you. Richard Tanner, thank you. Are you in the Tartan Army? I'm not, JD. No. I'm in McClue's regiment. So there you go. Evening, Tom, says Tad the lad. Thank you for my flame hearts, Thomas. Thomas Pedden, you are so very kind. How are the team doing, Tam? So good to hear from you again. I haven't heard from you for a wee while. Thank you for all your kindness. Murray O'Donnell, dinna fash yourself, Scotty. Murray, I do, I fash. There we go. And Thomas has got the number 2 gifter on the TikTok. And Murray, of course, is always number 1 on the YouTube channel. Guys, have you subscribed to the YouTube channel? Have you gone down to the bottom left and tapped the thumbs up? Have you subscribed as well, please? I say to you, Murray has also tapped the dollar bill at the bottom left of the super chat. And Richard Tanner is still kindly giving me red roses. Oh my goodness me, what are you all like? Guys, I need another 91 followers would probably do it. What are my chances of everybody watching, following right now? We've only got about 8 minutes left. I can't believe how quick the time goes on here, guys. Jerry Rafferty was one of the best singer-songwriters Scotland has had. He was indeed. Mike Flight, do you remember Baker Street? What about that? I say to you, I used to love that. I used to play that on the radio because sometimes McClue would fill in for the top DJs and I would just have a bit of fun with my links, nothing prepared. And I would say things like when the Scissors Sisters sang "No Dancing Today," I would say, nonsense. There's always dancing on Scottie McClue's show. So there we are. We'd have the Scissors Sisters, "No Dancing Today." Wonderful stuff. I like it. I think people love the gold. David says, "Oh, R.I.P. the Pogues, our Kirsty. How tragic." Oh, poor Kirsty. Yes, a dreadful accident. And then that's Shane gone now. And he was, what was he, 65, I think. Zema, another 19 red. Guys, would you look at the red roses up there at the goal? Now, you never, ever, ever have to give McClue anything. But thank you so much for all your kindness. Do you like the picture tonight on the YouTube? Is it looking better, I say to you? Would really appreciate if you could say happy birthday, says Zema, to my fiancée, Nikki McHugh. Zema, I can say anything to you too because you've been so kind. Honestly. There we are. Very sad. R.I.P. to both, says Stig Gal. Stig Gal, I thank you so much for coming on. If you miss a moment of McClue, you miss a moment of life. You do, Thomas Pedden. Absolutely. And we don't want that again. Please say hi to Lorna from Kilsyth. So there we are. You love her, says Jay. Thank you, Jay. Yes, of course we can say hi to Lorna from Kilsyth. Yes, Kilsyth. Do you remember the band from Kilsyth Colliery? I wonder if they are still about. Who's on the phone? You're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Hello, Scotty. It's Nam Teheed.
Nam Teheed. Where have you been, son?
I've been sitting listening to this rubbish on the computer, so I thought I better phone in Scotty.
I get Scotty, yes. Don't listen to us. Always listen to Scottie McClue. Do you know that 50% of the live goal tonight has been completed?
Aye. Well, I'll get into that now. But
no,
Scotty.
You've done enough. You've been a very, very generous man. You and Murray O'Donnell If it wasn't for you two guys, we would really have struggled at the start.
Now, listen, I'm very pleased, Scotty.
Yes.
I'm very pleased because your phone lines have been stowed out the door and stop it through the
We're
night.
stowed out. Could you imagine if that had been on a big Central Scotland radio station?
Oh, well, it would keep the numpties off, you know. The numpties can't get through.
The numpties can't get through. Here's our Professor Numpty can always get through. Here's Roger saying, I used to come home early in the night from the pub in the 90s to listen to your banter. Brilliant. Isn't that lovely? He actually left. He came home from the pub.
Aye, all the criminals would go home early to catch the night line.
Yes, yes.
And the streets were crime-free between 10 and 1.
Streets were crime-free because the crims were listening to Scottie McClue. I used to have a huge sheaf of letters from the gang in the Big Hoose because they were allowed radios in the Barrel and the Sochten.
Oh, aye, the Sochten Hotel.
The Sochten Hotel, and they all big sheaf of letters, and they were very nice letters. I had to calm them all down because they said, Scott, you see, if anybody ever does anything and harms you, you let us know and we'll sort them. And I thought, no, stop.
You let the big man know, Scotty.
Isn't that wonderful, though, you know? I mean, just...
Now, you've not much time left, so let me say my point.
Say your point, son.
Now then, a lot of people are sending you 12 red roses.
Yes.
Can I send you my garden waste?
You can send anything you like. Don't send any of your manure though.
No,
because the show's growing fine without it.
All right. Now listen, Scotty, I've got a new crystal ball, and I'm pleased to say it works.
Right. What can you see in it then?
Well, I had a look into the future 100 years, and it says I'll be dead.
Well, I don't think you'll ever be dead. You might have moved from earth to heaven.
Well, according to the crystal ball, I'll be dead in 100 years.
No, I don't think you'll ever be dead, I can tell you, because I'll be retiring. I've worked out my finances, and I should be financially sorted by 98.
So are you saying my crystal ball is broken?
No, I'm saying your crystal ball will be right.
Indeed. Now, Scotty, a wee bit of dilemma here.
A dilemma, yes. I love the word dilemma, split into two.
My pal is a 3-foot guy, right?
Yes.
I was going to buy him a pair of shoes, but you can't buy a pair of shoes for a 3-foot guy.
Oh, very, very good. I see what you just did there, Numpty. On that note,
listen, I'm away.
You're away, Dinky-Doo. You've been away for years.
On what note?
I don't know. Well, I think we'll make it a C sharp.
All right. Right. I'm away, Scotty, because it's nearly 10 o'clock.
Dinky-Doo, la.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Stick out your tongue and say ta-ta. We've got to go. I don't think we can. Oh, you're live on Scotty's phone, and who's that?
How you doing, Scotty? It's Kenny from Saltcoats.
Kenny, how lovely to hear you. We've only got seconds.
I know, I'm sorry. I've just got in. I was just letting you know that Saltcoats is covered in snow.
Oh, so we'll not be getting much salt the next day.
We certainly will. You should see it down here, Scotty. And I was just a quick one. The young drivers are struggling in the snow down here. What's it like up your way?
Oh, absolutely. You can't go out. Can't go out. I'm going to have to say bye-bye to my beautiful TikTokers. TikTokers, we love you. There we are. They're away, Kenny. Ta-ta.
Right, good man.
That's it.
It was so late.
Now, no, not at all, Kenny. And you take care of yourself. David's saying Kenny lad, and Murray's saying Numpty Heed. David says Garden Way's funny. He won't die. He's been here before.
I'll phone you next week, Scott.
You'd better. Take
a
great
good one. That's a
care of
good
yourself, Kenny. You're a top man.
Thanks, mate.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
We're right out of time, folks. What a beautiful show tonight. Quality and still lots of you around. Tremendous stuff. Take great care of your dear selves. Stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Thank you for all your kindness and for looking after McClue. And Thomas Bedden, dinky-doo to you, you top man, who's been here since the start. Stick out your tongue and say ta-ta. Ta-ta. Once more. Last shot. Ta-ta.